So for producers in the Southeast, what are some things to look out for, 2023 and then beyond, getting that soil ready and their pastures ready to feed those cattle?
Absolutely. We're running into a lot of anxiety. And the reason we're running anxiety is because we've had a lot of moisture in the east. We've had a lot of drought issues. Pastures are stressed. Our hay acres are, basically underperforming. Hay prices are high. It's just like, a rancher's, what do I do now? And I'm bringing that anxiety back with the simple fundamentals. Here we go. Number one, soil fertility. That's your engine. That's your generator that makes everything happen in the cattle industry. Without good grasses, you're not going to be in the cow business. Go back to fertility. Get those soil samples in. If you haven't taken a soil sample within the last 3 years, go get them. Typically, soil samples are free, whether it's through a university or maybe a feed store will take care of it for you. Get that soil sample, and then not only when you get that soil sample in, follow the soil sample, because we see it so many times where I get the soil sample and it's calling for this amount going on the acre, whether NP and K or maybe it's a secondary or a nutrient, and well, I just don't want to spend that money. But the thing is, if you don't do it right, you're putting yourself in another negative position going into next year. You're not allowing that grass to truly get fed enough to perform. Follow the soil sample. Next is this: identify the weed problems. Are you having weed problems in the spring? Are you having weed problems in the summer? Where's that biggest impact affecting my operation? Where's that biggest impact affecting my return on investment? Then aim for that. Quit trying to shotgun everything. You're not going to kill all weeds that grow all year long. But what we can do is hone in on the biggest problem that's making the biggest impact of loss on your operation. Now, if you're a hay producer, I'd say that's your hay fields. Hay fields have been abused. A lot of hay fields didn't have fertilization put on it last year because of the high price, but yet we still cut hay. We didn't get all the yield that we wanted because we didn't have the nutrients there. So take care of those hay fields, because that's your pasture come wintertime. Then go to your main grazing fields. And I'm going to throw this out there also. The next step is going to be on you, the rancher. We can give you the tools for soil fertility, that soil health. We can give you the keys to proper pasture, weed management. But at the end of the day, you're in charge of grazing, okay? The rancher is in charge of how they manage that pasture after everything is cleaned up. And what I see is, wow, I got all these weeds out of the way, I got my fertility in check, my grass is growing, Mother Nature's not off a rocker and she's working with me, and I flood my cattle. And guess what? The cattle do what they're supposed to do. They go out there and graze. That grass is palatable, it's nutritious, it's got good protein, and they just hammer it, and then you're right back to square one. Maybe this is an evaluation year also of this. Get rid of some of those older cattle. Take advantage of the cattle prices. If you're out there and you got underperforming cattle, or you got smoothmouth cattle because Bessie she's been around part of the family for so long, it's probably time to move them on out, take advantage of those good cow prices, bring that money back into that pasture program. That way it's not all coming out of your pocket on the front end. You're actually making some return investment there, and give that pasture some rest. Rotate your pastures. Implement some grasses where you need it, but watch that stocking capacity. I think if you do those three things, soil health with my fertility, weed management, what is really driving a negative impact in my pastures or my hay fields, and then your grazing management. And one more thing, hay fields. Maybe raise that sickle bar up a couple more inches, 3 more inches than what you are used to. Why? Give the grass some leaf space to grow back faster for you instead of it being in a stressful state. The reason I say that is we're having a lot of depletion of that root, and if we deplete out that root, you have no top growth. The top growth can only do what the roots provide, okay? I think if we do all those things, we're going to have a successful year. People are going to have that anxiety, kind of relieved a little bit, and they're going to see some money on the tail end of their operation.
Hey, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.